What's up everyone? Karue here from my Tennis HQ. Hope you guys are doing great. And today we're going to talk about what I think is the most important shot that you need to develop in order to level up. On our last video where I played William, I asked you guys to comment your analysis of the match, which you guys crushed it, by the way. A lot of you talked about how I was able to explore William's weaknesses and control the points and construct the points a little bit better from the baseline, given my strength and power. So in this video, I want to dive a little bit deeper into that and break down what exactly was the shot that was allowing me to do that to William, that with time added a lot of pressure into his game, forced some errors. And that shot is the neutral ball. And before we begin, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Help us get to 20K. We're really close. We appreciate everyone that's been subscribing recently. Also, if you're going to buy something from Tennis Warehouse or Amazon, we have links down below that if you use it, we get a little bit of a commission at no cost to you. It really helps us keep putting out content. We also got the merch, so we got the link down below for that as well. But let's just jump right into the video. So first, what is the neutral shot? I'm sure there's a lot of videos and articles about this, but very simply put, is any rally ball from the baseline, the ground stroke that you hit, that does not allow your opponent to be offensive, but at the same time you are not being extremely offensive or taking too much risk as well. It's just your normal kind of baseline shot that you use to construct points. If we break down a tennis point to its most basic form, there are only three scenarios you can find yourself in. You're either going to be in offense, in defense, or you're going to be neutral. And I try to simplify that even more. So I call the offensive shots ball number one, neutral shots ball number two, and defensive shots ball number three. So number one, number two, number three, and that's where you split, how you split the point. Like, am I hitting a ball number one, a ball number two, a ball number three? Now, which ball do you think you hit the most during the match? Of course, it's the neutral ball. It's ball number two. You're gonna have a few offensive shots, maybe a point one or two, a few defensive shots, one or two, but neutral balls, that's where you live in, that's where you're eating. Okay, that's your bread and butter, because it is by hitting good neutral balls, constructing the point well, that you're going to set up offensive opportunities in a point. And it is by hitting bad neutral balls that you're going to set up offensive opportunities for your opponent. So developing a good neutral ball is imperative for tennis success. You're only really going to start leveling up when you see the quality of your neutral ball improving, slowly hitting better balls more often in every point. So how can we improve our neutral ball? Let's break that down a little bit. Well, first I want you to understand that the neutral ball is nuanced. It changes with however the shot that is being hit to you, what the ball is asking for you to do, how the point's being played, where you are on the court. All those things will guide you into hitting the right ball in order to hit a good neutral ball. So you got to be paying attention to the ball that is being hit to you and to what is happening on the point. So what is the most important thing a neutral ball can have? It's not power, it's not topspin, it's not angles. The most important thing it can have is depth. If you can slowly put the ball on the other side of the court, but it's landing a couple feet from the baseline, you are in a good position. If you just tee off, but your ball is landing short all the time, it makes it much easier for an opponent to hit a better ball than you're hitting. Now it's up to you to find your own style of game that allows you to hit deep balls over and over. So think about the ATP players, right? They all have different game styles, like a Rafa or a Medvedev, a completely opposite shot making, right? Medvedev way flatter, Rafa way more spinny and high over the net. But both of them can hit the ball really deep over and over. Any tennis player has their favorite shot shape. Again, like Rafa loves to hit a little bit more low to high, creating that big curve with his ball, where some guys would like to drive the ball a little bit more, but they're all looking to get a lot of depth with their shots. Like they're not efficient if their ball is landing short. So you need to find out, are you more Rafa? Are you more Medvedev? Are you something in between? And trust that natural shot shape that you have, either being flatter or with more topspin, that you can go at it and hit deeper shots and looking for length on your shots, on your neutral balls, wherever you are on the court, whatever it's happening on the point, that you can trust that you can get length on your shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be power, it doesn't have to be the best shot you ever hit. It just has to be long to maintain your opponent in at least a neutral position, and you can construct the point a little bit better. But like I mentioned before, the neutral ball is nuanced, and I think a common misconception is that, oh, the neutral ball, it only happens if I'm like, a couple feet behind the baseline and I'm hitting without moving too much, and that's when I'm neutral. If I'm moving a few steps to the right, I'm already in defense. That's not what it is. Even if you're having to back up, or if you're having to actually step into the court, if you're not necessarily in a good position, all you have to do at that point is hitting a neutral ball. If I'm, some ball comes really too deep that I have to back up, at that point I'm going to choose a neutral ball. Then it might be a little bit higher, a little bit higher over the net. That's going to allow me to get a little bit more length compared to if I just hit my normal flat ball. And vice versa. Sometimes those balls that are short, they're a little annoying to get. You're not in a good position even though you're inside the court. I'm still going to just try to get there, hit good length, and try to keep constructing the point with my neutral ball until I get an offensive opportunity to then go at it. So let's watch a couple of points that this happens, and I want you guys to pay attention to some of the decision making in those points, where I hit the ball, where I chose to hit the ball a little bit higher or a little more through the court, but again, looking for length so I could receive a shorter ball and then be a little bit more offensive. Okay, so by now you're probably thinking, all right, Karue, so how can I train to improve my neutral ball? What are some things that I should be doing? I will definitely make an on-court video with drills and things that you can do to help your neutral ball. If I post it on this video, it would become way too long. It's already probably long already. But there are 3 things that I think you can do that are easy to remember that will help you improve your neutral ball. The first thing is using more of your legs and your lower body through the shot. I always say you guys are thinking too much about your back swings and like you're making, the leg on your wrists and all that stuff, but you're not really using your legs. Lower center of gravity, bending the knees, pushing the ground as you're hitting the ball. That's gonna help you create more power, more stability, and push and send the ball a little bit longer on the court. The second one, and it's something that literally every pro, every amateur, every college player, everyone should be doing, it's zone training. You just create with a couple cones, you can create a good square or area back on the court where when you're rallying with a friend or with a coach, you're just trying to hit that zone over and over. And don't really think about it. Just allow your body to figure it out. With time and repetition, your brain will start to understand the best way to hit the ball back there. It's like, oh, okay, this is the shape, maybe this amount of top spin, or a little bit less top spin. Maybe the top spin is making the ball drop too early. And with time, you just sort of like find the groove. And you want to do it from like different spots. So, hitting from the waist, hitting from the chest high, hitting from, shoulder high, hitting from low balls, because they're all different shapes that you're going to see during a point. So the more you train all those different shapes, the more you can trust that every ball at every contact point can be hit into that zone, that, again, depth on the court. And the last advice I would have, and it sort of ties in to the zone training, is focusing more on the end and less on the mean, meaning that if your focus is to hit the ball deep, if your focus is depth, forget about your technique and just keep focusing on that zone that you want to hit the ball, and your body will, in time, will figure it out. And like I said earlier, there's several different ways to train this, which I will cover in a future video, but again, keep it simple. Next time you're on the court with a friend, with your coach, do like an hour of just zone practicing, just trying to hit 30 balls into this zone on the court, and then 30 balls into another zone, and 30 balls into another zone, and just try to do that. And you see that with time, it just becomes a little more automatic. You start finding the range. Range is really important. You start finding the range of your strokes, and it's going to help you tremendously develop your neutral ball, and will help you level up quickly. The more depth you're getting on your shots, the more matches you're going to win, the more you're going to feel like you're leveling up. So trust me on this one, the neutral ball. Develop your neutral ball. You're going to be much better off. So this is it for this video. I hope it was helpful. Let us know in the comments below, like, what is it that you feel like it's stopping you from hitting the ball deep? If it's a technical thing, if it's just a mental thing that you have a hard time actually letting the racket go to hit the ball deep. Let us know in the comments below, because it's always important for me as I make these videos to know what you guys are struggling with and what are certain ways that I could help via YouTube. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And subscribe if you're not yet. Visit mytennishq.com. Got a bunch of new articles there for you guys. And follow us on social media at mytennishq on Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you guys on the next one.